shot the ball better as of late. Production offensively is up. And Steve Kerr, at least in the last 10 games or so, saying turnovers are down, which is always a key for them. Quick hands, but out to Jimmy Butler. Moody crashing the glass, going to be off of Donovan. For Moody, that production offensively has not been as high as it was earlier in the year, and the minutes are down. Draymond Green in and out on this opening shot of the game. So here come the Blazers. Caleb Love getting his first start of the season. They've been dealing with injuries throughout the entire year.
The entire year, they're just trying to figure it out as they throw a touchdown pass.
Touchdown! 7 on the board to Draymond from Steph.
If you guys can see TG's hands, he definitely threw up the touchdown sign.
Yeah.
Good pass right there by Steph to Draymond.
Offensively, the adjustment tonight for Portland without Deni Avdija is huge.
The ball has to move side to side, obviously.
Oko has gotten starts in the last 3 games now. Was coming in off the bench for most of the year, but more minutes. Shaedon Sharpe, who's emerging as a star in this league.
He's being very aggressive, feeling comfortable. He knows this is the time to establish himself in the NBA. He is doing a great job putting the ball in the basket.
Jimmy Butler drives and kicks. Steph trying to get free. Going to free up Quentin Post, but there goes Butler right by Clingan. When he's matched up there, that is a difficult matchup.
And sometimes you have to put bigger guys on him, not what the Blazers want to do right there, but Jimmy's mastered what moves to do when big guys switch out on him.
So it's been tough offensively from Portland here in the early going. Quentin Post has shot the 3 really well in the last.
All the little things that you just have to enjoy. If you appreciate basketball, as Sharpe gets to the basket, Jimmy Butler is who you should watch for fundamentals, for winning qualities. Here's a guy who played JUCO, started out as a defender, and turned into the superstar player he is now.
And Kersh talked about the chaos that this man, Draymond Green, who gets one from beyond the arc here, and Steph Curry in a different way brings. But it's that leadership, the calming influence of Butler that counteracts that.
And when you play with champions like, you like that?
Step?
You like that?
Yeah. With Love, who's been really good for them. Wasn't playing a whole lot early in the year, but now much more time. Green, that was the last option. In the end, the best option in the lane.
Last option for Green on that shot. First option on the shots he worked on in his pregame routine. Those touch shots right inside the paint.
Active early offensively. He is Sharpe. In and out. Tipped up, kept alive. Here's Clingan. Averaging a double-double for Portland. Caleb Love. Rookie out of Arizona with the drive and the miss. Portland 2 of 7. Butler to the rack. And asking the question, what drives you now? You've done it all. You've won the 4 titles, 5 as a player, whatever. It's just loving the game.
Love of the game and the process. Just going through it, the highs and lows. You can't just love something when it's easy. You have to really appreciate it when things get a little bit tougher and you have to figure it out. Just kind of have that grit. And Coach Kerr has shown that time and time again.
Sharpe turned the corner, got it to Sissoko, and back now to Shaedon in the corner. Trying to operate on post. Take him inside to the paint and kick. Love, who's had big games and explosive offensively. Sissoko missed it all.
So he missed the shot, but those are the possessions you want. With no Deni Avdija, the ball has to go side, touch the paint, go around the horn to generate a good look.
How easy or difficult is that to do when you've played every game? Deni Avdija, he's the focal point offensively, and he takes over and just forces the issue.
It's difficult, but it has its bright spots as well because you know the ball has to move side to side. There's a great opportunity for you to touch it.
You call Draymond, on the illegal screen. Who's gotten more minutes as of late. Everybody has really because they've had so many injuries. Jeremy Grant out again. How about Clingan rolling down, throwing it home?
And Coach Kerr surprised the Blazers with a trap on the pick and roll to Sharpe. Sharpe won't get credit for the assist, but he made the play. Once he got 2 people on him, he got the ball out of there to get a clean look for his teammates.
Steph is yet to get a shot off. He's got 3 assists already. Behind the back to Draymond. They go high-low. Lose it out of bounds. The first, Clingan. It's a brave man standing in there. Payton try to stop that.
I was a smart team defender. Man to man.
Opportunistic.
I like that.
Yep, first one goes. Let's take a look at tonight's draft. You got Shaedon Sharpe and Steph Curry. Who do you like there? DraftKings, the #1 sportsbook for live betting. To get in on the action, download the app and use promo code DUNK when you sign up. Plus a 7-3 center stepping out shooting the three. 7-0 run for the Blazers. Moody leaves it for Payton. Over Klingon. Never really looking up at the hoop.
Moody with the nice drop off to get Payton an easy basket.
Quick whistle and a foul.
Right there. He'll make it easy for you.
Good defense by Payton. How many times have we said that? Sharp somehow gets that shot off, and the man can take off.
Oh, he can fly.
Yeah.
But he does it in a way, Terry, that is very awkward for the defense to kind of prep for.
By Donovan Klingon has been overturned from a 2-point field goal to a 3-point field goal.
Okay.
We thought it was 3 in real time.
We caught that in the moment.
And so did Klingon. He was running down with
We
the
were
three
wrong
fingers
in the
up.
moment, but now we're right in the end. So add another point on the board.
We were just ahead.
A great leader here, Thybulle. Holiday missed 27 games, came in the last game. So this is second game. Jeremy Grant now still out tonight.
And they're still hovering around that 8-9 position. So imagine if they had even half of those guys healthy. It's something to build on for these young Blazers because they're starting to establish an identity.
How much of an adjustment when Denny Avdija is healthy, now that you do have a point guard, getting that back in the lineup the way you've been playing is get it to Denny, get out of the way. Moody buys this one. Boy, Steve Kerr would love to see more of those go in as of late, shooting about 30% in the last 25 games or so beyond the arc. Made their last 5, the Warriors.
And to answer your question, TG, I think you still put the ball in Denny's hands and you work around that. It's positionless basketball, but he's been so good and his team has gotten comfortable with how he's leading the offense.
3 on the shot clock. Corner, another air ball for the Warriors. Javonte Cook, who just came in off the bench. Step back, Curry. Nope. Klingon, who's among the leaders overall in rebounding throughout this season. Moody got another one right in front of the Warriors bench.
And once you make one shot, for all you scorers out there, that second one, it lets you breathe again like Tony Braxton, and you get to knock it down freely.
8-0 run now the other way after a 7-0 Blazers run. Cook looking for help. Sharp backed up over Payton, the outstretched arm, but it doesn't deny him.
Yeah, Payton, the second play, great defense right there. Draymond comes pushing the ball down the court.
Santos hesitated, but buys it beyond the arc. He's Santos. Only averages about 4 points a game. About that time in the year where some of those guys who haven't got as much time are going to get some time. You get to, much better, not late January, get into February, and you're looking for the end in sight at some point.
You are, but you have to stay present. You never know who's watching, and at any moment can change.
In off the bench, Robert Williams III as well for Portland. D'Anthony Melton, who had a torn ACL last year, missed the first third of the season, made his first appearance on December 4th, really starting to round into form. And here's Al Horford, the veteran, also in. Santos. Curry.
Wow.
How does he do that?
You tell me. I don't know, TV. Everyone was trying to figure out for 30 years. This guy's incredible.
Horford, the block at the other end, out of bounds. It'll stay with
hands, and he just knows the depth he needs to put on. He works on these shots before the game. Look, play with his feet to get the space he needs to get that off.
So much higher.
He's going to shoot it, isn't he? Oh, I thought he had the feeling going.
Santos may just hit one. Not this time. Portland, pace-wise, has played at a slower pace as of late. Good post up. Williams off the feed from Cook. And you know Golden State does. The Warriors shooting 63% so far in this game. League back up and down, but Splitter likes the development.
Likes the development, and he knows how to develop as Curry knocks down the free throw.
It's for a shooter.
3 points.
If you're the guy going to the line, yeah. Brandon Podziemski, third-year man out of Santa Clara, who was more productive earlier in the season. Numbers down as of late.
Yeah, they need him to get going. He provides energy, provides a punch.
Quick hands by Williams, but then picks up the foul as so far in this game. Pajemski just came in. It's a way to announce yourself.
That's an aggressive shooter, aggressive scorer, no hesitation.
Golden State 6 of 12 beyond the arc, and that lead up to 15 already. Butler recognizes got Hansen there, kicks it back. Melton, yep, straight away. They're 7 of 13 from three-point range.
Jimmy Butler touching the paint, breaking down the defense, throwing it out to Melton for the nice, easy three-pointer. And right now, it seems like Golden State's just flowing.
And everything difficult at the other end. Nice follow on. Jamal Crawford stood there and watched that entire thing.
It was amazing. I mean, you have to respect greatness, and then don't.
Rupert lost it. Eventually to Draymond. So Green back in, Curry back in, off Steve Kerr's bench. Rupert trying to stay with Steph. Green was active early, comes right back in, hits another one.
It's usually Draymond Green breaking down the defense and throwing it to Steph. It was role reversal right there. Those two are so connected.
Double figures already for Green. Tipped out off the hands of Drew Holiday. Back for Golden State.
He's going to start looking at his hand if he knocks down one more.
Draymond averages just under 9 a game. Santos controls. Thought about it, got Williams off his feet. Here's Gary Payton going to let it go. A little bit strong. Santos kept it alive. Mara runs it down in the corner. 36% for the game so far, Portland, but Rupert, nice little baseline jumper stops that. Hesitated. Don't know why.
But the ball, Steph was so smart on that last play. The ball did all the work. He threw the ball before Santos even recognized it and recognized Santos was open.
It's been Curry setting his teammates up at this point. Going right behind. Tamani, Rupert, and Steph got a hand in there and picks it. Curry 5 assists and 4 rebounds already in this game.
Is this going to be the Steph triple-double watch?
It might. Play 48. And in the 30s the previous 3. Tipped out, stays.
You can see Splitter right now saying somebody else is going to have to beat us. I know Steph can beat us, as he almost gets it to go down. But he is forcing the ball out of his hands. Only his 3rd shot attempt right there by Steph.
Love around the screen. Gives it back to Donovan. Clinging to Kamara. Bring it down to 5 on the shot clock. Clinging, nope. Barely grazed the rim. Can't save it.
Very few. He is a different level of perfectionist. You think of guys like Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. You think of guys like Steph, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen.
There you go.
Those type of shooters, you know why and they know why they miss. This is a hair off.
When you missed short or long, you didn't really worry about it, right?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't worry anyway, TG. I just said it's a miss. I didn't.
You didn't spend much time worried about it, but at least you gave it a little thought when you missed left or right. Payton denied up top by Clingan, but the foul.
Ended the game.
All right, so 2-year contract. This is the first of 2 years. He said it's a 2-year plan, as it is for a number of players on this Golden State team. Clingan throws it.
Motion of saying, you know what, I could never leave these fans. Wins out, Lee.
Yeah, I think if anybody's going to stay with a franchise, just because that is the franchise.
He's the guy.
It's him.
Yep.
So Portland with 7 turnovers in the game. Part of the reason they're down 18.
That's the missing Denny Avdia effect. He does so much for this team.
Curry, nope. Another chance. Anthony Melton to the left, hand up and under. Nifty move for Melton.
Nice move by Melton, but it's interesting because Steph is getting open looks now, but he's just not quite in rhythm. And give Coach Splitter and his staff credit of how they kind of played him, and give the Warriors credit of how they played around it and got other guys going. I wasn't out there long enough. They took me out when they were like on a 15-0 run on me. I was out.
They're shooting like you tonight. Anthony Melton, another one beyond the arc. They're 11 and 23.
That's my young guy right there. Used to get work in together in Phoenix after games, after practice. Good to see his career blossom.
Warriors back to a zone now on the defensive end.
And it's a matchup zone. You see Melton came to the middle, and now it's 3 seconds.
Yeah, they got caught with that.
He said, man, what he remembers from that time is thinking, it's Jamal Crawford. I'm working out with Jamal Crawford. It's really him. Continue to get better, always putting that work in your long career.
And he's doing that. That makes me feel good, because sometimes when you're in your journey, it's not about you. It's about helping and trying to help the next generation. I'm sure he's doing it now, so that was so much fun.
Reed with the miss, and Jimmy Butler one and done at this end. So just 10 of 30. Portland is in the game so far. Reed holding the rebound. Here comes Caleb Love. It may take a Caleb Love or someone to take over here at the offensive end just to try to get things going.
Well, Portland is going side to side, but somebody...
Grizzlies Magic on the Rockets Knicks Warriors, NBA.com, or visit the NBA app for more.
I guess Sharp heard us. He touched the paint, got a basket, and that's how Portland's going to have to get something going. They have to get in that yellow area to break down the defense and get an easy basket.
Just ISO for Butler takes a sec is certainly what Portland misses without Denny Abdi.
Absolutely. Abdi not only the way he can find guys, and guys play with more confidence. When you play with the best players in the league, they give you confidence, and they make your team better because of it.
Tomorrow goes to the bench. Tamani 0 for 3 in this game and 0 for 1 beyond the arc, which is something he's really been giving them. 3-point shooting this year. So the lead is 22. Taken away. Will Richard just came in off the bench. Melton can't finish, but the foul out for the Warriors. Richard, national champ in Florida, nails a 3 coming right in off the bench. Everybody getting into the party here.
And you have to feel good if you're a Warriors fan. Middle of a homestand, they've come out with a lot of energy and brought this crowd into the game.
Sharp, the fadeaway to answer. Boy, they needed that.
They needed that. They needed him. And you may have to put Love with him, because Love can shoot it and play off of him to generate some scoring for Portland.
Moody the miss. Sharp's in double figures here with 10. Richard trying to stay. Behind the back goes Shea. Repair, searching for some room over Al Horford. There you go, getting in the paint again.
Getting in the paint. You either have to score early when you can strike before the defense is set up, or you have to score late after the defenses went and had to shift a few times.
Back to his zone for Portland. Richard in and out trying to shoot over the zone. Moody, the quick hands, stays at this end. It's off on Monday on NBC and all streaming on Peacock. Clinging to the bench, Sissoko to the bench. Holiday comes back in. Cook as well. Normally, the Warriors, without Draymond, without Steph, you're going to look to Jimmy Butler. Right now, it's just sharing the basketball.
They're sharing the basketball. Everybody's involved, and they're in a great rhythm. They have a flow right now. Nothing's tough. Nothing's difficult. They're just saying, okay, I'll take it if I have it. If I don't, I'll move it.
Holiday.
For All-Star break, let's say you take a few days off, you can feel it. The ball doesn't feel as crisp when you dribble it.
Really? Even All-Star break?
Even All-Star break. It happens. We're creatures of habit. So even a few days can knock you off a rhythm and take you off kilter. So I couldn't imagine missing the time that he missed.
Melton in traffic, gets it off the glass and in.
The bank is closed outside, but it's open in the Chase Center as Melton gets a tough shot to go.
Holiday operating inside, going to draw the foul. Melton on the reach. That's those threes is from Steph Curry. He's 1 of 5 from 3-point range.
No sweat, no discouragement from him. We know he can run off as many as he needs in a row once he gets on a roll.
Bench production too. Golden State overall 4th in the league. And
is in the zone. And of course, Jimmy's going to try to get to the middle of that zone, because that's when he can be a primary playmaker. Bad pass right there by Horford.
Yeah, Cook anticipated it. Here comes Holiday setting up Sharp. Reed, a little bit short. High into the air goes Butler for the remake. going to be interesting to watch it develop. Shaedon Sharpe with Drew Holiday back as well. We talked about that adjustment with Denny Avdia, who's been the offensive star, but also an adjustment for Sharpe. Butler draws another foul, will go to the free throw line.
And that's the craftiness to get free throw opportunities to get a layup.
Foul on Reed. Butler to the line for 2. Jimmy 86% from the line.
And sometimes that's the difference of being a vet and a young player. A young player will say, I'm going to shoot it because I'm open. The vet player will say, no, I'm going to shoot the shot I want.
I want. Create that.
Oh, you were a vet. I can tell, TGC. You know. You know.
Oh.
You know how this goes.
I understand. You get much better after you've been away from the game for a long time. Like 10 years from now, you'll be like off the charts. As good as you were, you'll be unbelievable in your mind.
In my mind.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. One-on-one with Rivera. In and out. Podziemski back in for the Warriors. Finds some room inside. The floater up and good off 1 foot.
And again, you've been waiting on Podziemski and Moody to play well. They're playing well at home, providing a lift for these Warriors.
All right, Horford on Holiday now. They get the switch, but now he's trying to stay with Sharpe.
That's a tough task.
Shaedon's just going to back up. And now tipped out. 6 beyond the arc for the Warriors. So open up here in the third. Drew Holiday back out there. Monty Kamara down on the block. Quentin Post, the only Warrior who played in the first half who did not score. 0 for 1. Shaedon Sharpe opens up the third with a bucket as we send it over to Ashley.
Yeah, guys, I just spoke with Portland assistant coach Quentin Crawford. Obviously said the game plan on Steph is working, but what about everyone else? He said, yeah, the biggest thing we talked about in that locker room, urgency to contest the 3. The readiness and alertness has to be there from all 5 guys out on that floor. Execute more on the offensive end, less turnovers. He said nobody's hanging their head, though. Just continue to make the right play, and we'll get things going.
You starting a fight is a stretch. I can't see
I didn't say I threw blows. They were just upset. I wasn't emotional.
Okay, all right.
They were called Thomas, not me.
Sissoko got Green off his feet. City backs up. Buries it.
So the challenge is worth it. Right now, this is the Blazers defense you expected to see. But 6 quick points on back-to-back possessions for the Blazers.
It was a 26-point lead at the break. It's now down to 20. Steph going back to Draymond, who had a couple of those early, a little bit short. Shaedon Sharpe high into the air for that rebound. Hesitates, goes past Moody, brings it back. Kamara, wow, way off. Has yet to score in the game. Kamara averages 13 on the season.
Kamara shot far. That was not putting it close on that attempt.
Post also trying to get on the board. 0 for 1 tonight from the floor. Moses Moody stops, pops, mid-range jumper, good.
And that's why I think the mid-range is important, especially if you're a guy that's struggling to score and get your confidence. That mid-range is just equivalent as a jab in boxing. It can keep you in rhythm.
Good ball movement that time. To the corner, Kamara, who just missed everything, knocks this one down from the deep corner.
He heard me and said, shut up, Jamal. Give me time to cook.
Let me show you. I got 104 threes on the year. Post for his first tonight. No, Klingon clears it. Man owns the glass for Portland. Sharpe, a little bit too strong the pass from Drew Holiday.
And Holiday, the
better start, much better for Portland offensively, though, despite that turnover. 3 of 4 to start this quarter from the floor. Green had it changed by Klingon.
And now Portland is putting stops together in a row. And this is when they're at their best, when they can get stops and strike early.
Drew Holiday was looking for somebody. He said, why not just let it 2 feet? I'm tough. I'm coming back. But Thiago Splitter has had to deal with injuries the entire season. So many injuries.
It's his demeanor. It's the way he makes everybody feel involved and feel a part. He always knows what to say. He knows who to push, who to back up off. And he just definitely is very in tune with the player, and he demands your respect in a quiet way.
12-2 run to start this third quarter. Already 4 out of 6 from beyond the arc for Portland. They were 3 of 19 in the first half. Post with another miss. Still cold on the evening. Here's Drew Holiday, who And his first game back last game after missing 27 games with the injury. Clinging, Holiday got it back, so 5 on the shot clock. Drew glances up, says, I'll just go right to the hoop.
And it was that push dribble that Drew did right there. He pushed the ball through, which made him a step faster, so he got to the basket easier.
Golden State just 1 of 5 here in the third quarter. Butler steps back in the corner, and that's a 3 for Jimmy.
Imagine that when Steph doesn't have his normal scoring night, you still have a star in Jimmy Butler who can take over an offense and make plays.
Sharp creating against Moody, just finds a way.
And the last baskets in the paint for the Blazers, we talked about it earlier. That's where their bread and butter is, to create their threes even if they don't have any.
Sharp with 17 in the game. Talking about creating. Third foul, by the way, on Toumani Camara. Second team foul here in the quarter. Curry trying to get it going. Just hasn't tonight.
And even that miss was a little bit different than how Curry misses. It shows you he's a little bit out of rhythm.
Camara doesn't miss. The answer at the other end. It's a 12-point game. Blazers very much back in this one. 19-5. What they've done here in the third. Backdoor cut, good look. Butler with the miss. Holiday lost it, but it'll be Blazers basketball.
Well, we know this is great.
Curry trying to stay with Camara. Gonna back him in, use his size over to Clean. Drew. They recover after the show. Holiday a little bit short. Taken away by Sharp. Great anticipation. Leaves it for Holiday, who had a layup. Kick it out to the corner for 3 in the miss.
Tough one by Holiday. He predetermined.
Payton just hanging around down there off the lob.
Good pass by Curry.
Sissoko right back. Does not answer. Here comes Jimmy Butler. Curry, pump fake. Reloads. Got it. And we'll admire it for a moment.
You had to know it was going to happen.
It's coming.
It's
at
coming.
Some point.
John Wick is in the building. You called the right number.
Second 3 of the night. So they got it to within 12. Another turnover for the Trailblazers. Curry gives it down to Butler. Too easy on the break. Thiago Splitter the timeout. It's a 7-0 Golden State run.
But now that feel that he had the first half seems to be leaving just a little bit.
Small differences in games in the runs back and forth. Holiday had that layup, which he passed up. Great lob to Williams this time, though.
He dunked on everybody.
Yes, he
Except
did.
me and you. We're the only ones running out there.
And would have if we were out there. So out of the timeout, set up, they get the bucket. Here comes Steph, back to work. Over the shoulder. Draymond tried to find him. Williams picks it off. Blazers on the move. Quick shot, Love. Nope. Caleb, who just came back in off the bench for Thiago Splitter.
There's that high screen and roll.
Moody left all by himself in the corner. Time to think. This time, less time. And got it.
And that's why when you overthink, that can be the best defender you see at times. Those were the hardest shots for me to make when I was wide open. It's a different type of rhythm when you're that open.
Yep. 25 assists in the game for Golden State here at ball movement. Another turnover. Draymond. They eventually creates. Jan Thompson with the three-pointer.
Big shot. They needed it. Right now you're seeing the pace pick up. Portland understands that they have to hang around, and Golden State has found their energy as well.
Thompson hasn't done much of that, but 5 of 29 from beyond the arc. He does think that way, trying to shoot the threes time to time. Podziemski will let this one fly. Williams. Strong rebound inside after the dunk at the other end from Robert Williams. So under 4 minutes to go here in the third. Williams kicks. Camara, quick hands by Steph, almost took it away. Hansen again, Steph with the hands, they do take it away. Payton after Steph looks over here and winks at you.
Well, I told Steph I just have hands for handles.
That is, you were the reason they were
I'm
back
going
in the day.
I'm going back.
Come on, you tell me to say that kind of stuff. 24-point lead for the Warriors. That late run after the good start to the third from Portland. Here comes D'Anthony Melton trying to start way short on the first miss. So the threes have been this game, though, and many reasons why Blazers are up, but 19 made threes to 10 for the Trailblazers, and all the turnovers also by the Blazers in this game, 17 of them. Sissoko. Podziemski got a hand in there and made it to 10 assists. 2 of 9 from the floor. Horford the swing. Melton steps inside. Going to work in the paint. Contact. He'll go.
He said, obviously getting my legs back, but he said the mental aspect of it. He says you still feel your knee and think you're healthy, you're not hurt anymore, but then you kind of get into a rhythm and then the training staff pulls you back a little bit. But he said he credits the Warriors training staff tremendously for helping him feel his best.
Another turnover for Portland. Ashley thanks it. That is, you talk to any athlete, that often is the biggest hurdle coming back.
It's always that last
over and back.
That last stage of coming back, right? I mean, you think you're good, you have good days.
Love to the line. Got the first one. Reminder, it's your last chance to shape U.S. versus world rosters by voting for your All-Stars. Use your NBA ID to select your players every day on the NBA app until January 14th. Every vote gives you a chance to win a free trip to the NBA All-Star 2026 Intuit Dome in L.A. Kind of a legendary February on NBC. Super Bowl, NBA All-Star Game, and the Olympics. Crowded schedule.
Everything on NBC is legendary. As the Blazers come out in the zone just to try to mess with the rhythm of the Warriors.
Quick ball movement to the wing. Long three. There is Melton on cue after we just talked about it. So this lineup for, 14 of the last 15 games that Steve Kerr has settled into, but it's not just a starting lineup, it's a rotation pattern as well. Out, back in again. Ryan Rupert gets one to go. But Buddy Hield, as of late, has played fewer minutes. We haven't seen him tonight. And Jonathan Kuminga also 14 of the last 15 games.
And that's the part that's a little frustrating, I'm sure, for those guys as well, because Coach Kerr knows when you get into a rotation, you don't want to disrupt that. And so at times guys will be out of the rotation. At times they can find their way in. And, Hill's a knockdown shooter. You know what he brings to the table. And Kuminga's a young, rising player, so you know what he brings as well. And if they fit, at times over the course of the season they'll be there, and if they don't, they'll be out of it.
And it's 15 of the last 16 actually for Jonathan Kuminga, who is someone who's brought up often right now this time of the year in terms of trades and trying to make a move. And he was a much bigger part, a big part of what they were trying to do early in the season.
Absolutely, you can't question his talent. It's not about his talent, it's professionalism. At times it's just about if it fits with the bigger picture, and that's for those guys to discuss and figure out. But Jonathan Kuminga can play, and there's no doubt about it.
That was last year when they acquired Jimmy Butler, and it really changed this team in so many ways. But at that point, after a couple of
getting to 10 to 20, because now you're in rhythm, now you can be aggressive and things start going your way.
Podziemski draws the contact on the floor before,
because it's a mental reset that can reset the shooting, reset the mind, the body, and that's was one of my secrets. You got the secret sauce right there.
Well, you don't have to give secrets away now because it doesn't matter now. Might as well give them away.
Might as well.
But it's more of a feeling as a shooter than going out and looking at the structure of your shot or trying to change that or figure it out.
No, because when you do that too much, you become your own defender. You need to.
Young Hansen hit the deck here. He's holding his head. Coming into tonight, Golden State number 8 in the West, the Blazers number 9 in the West.
Well, coaches always keep you aware. Doc Rivers is really good as Love dances with the rock, gets it to Cook for the three.
3 points.
Knocks it down, but the coaches are always aware because they're always thinking big picture. They always try to keep you present day by day, but big picture, they know this is a team you could be battling with for playoff position.
Talked about at the start of the game, critical time for Golden State because it's the 4th game of an 8-game homestand and a stretch where they've got 10 of 11 games at home. So this is the time to make their move. Melton trying to stay hot, doesn't buy this one. But you know, if you're Steve Kerr, we talked at the game against the Clippers on Monday night. He said, yeah, when we get home, we've got to do some damage right now to keep pace, to make sure we stay in that playoff picture the second half of the season.
Because just like a bad possession, coaches know a bad game can trigger other bad games. It's Moody, who they've been waiting on to get back on track.
Santos, Trace Jackson Davis also in the game. That's the 20th turnover for Portland tonight. Whistle and a foul. Spencer in for Golden State, who had that run. Remember when Steph was hurt, had the quad. He actually started a few games and really
had some moments too, right?
He did, didn't he?
He had some moments. I remember a game here, he had some moments against OKC. And got the crowd fired up. Hero fires it up right off the bench.
Why not?
That's what professional scorers do, TJ. You can relate.
That mindset.
You can relate.
I love it. Why not? If I'm in there, I might as well shoot. Love. And it's stripped, taken away. 21 turnovers now.
Shoot again, buddy.
Jackson Davis, left hand. Devontae Cook, who was first-year man, undrafted back in 2023. First year here, but out of Winston-Salem State.
3 points.
Caleb Love lets it go.
And there are no meaningless minutes in the NBA. A guy like Love who can shoot the ball, establish yourself, get your coach's trust, and there's always people watching when you're on the court.
Richard from the corner. It's been quiet lately in games. The scoring's been down as of late. Does other things for them now. Love his basketball IQ. All right, so if you are Thiago Splitter, you're the Blazers. This one's thrown away again. Starts the break for Richard, who'll bring it back out. I mean, without Denny Avdia, you are missing 26 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. So obviously, it's going to take you at least a game to try to figure out what you're going to do without him. Hield not from three-point range, but on the drive this time. But what from this game, where do you go if you're Thiago Splitter, except for trying to get Denny back as quickly as possible?
Well, you show the great defensive plays. You show the plays where they did have a defensive run that third quarter where they got to 10, because that's how they're going to have to play. They're going to have to create offense off of their defense, because Denny Avdia is one of the best players in the league, and you can't replace him. But what you can do is try to create opportunities from a defensive standpoint.
That first 6-7 minutes of the third quarter, you would take that tape and show that to your team?
Yes, and I would show only 2 minutes of this, because this isn't how we're going to play if we're going to have opportunity to win. We have to show the good stuff, especially with a young team.
The fourth quarter, pretty much. But he lost it, took an extra step, hanging on to it. So 17 years in the league, and to have that kind of joy for the game is special.
He's always stayed attached to that kid who he performs in front of pregame. And that's why he does it, because he knows what those moments and those memories create.
And his dad, Dell, in the house tonight. Charlotte on a West Coast trip. And so Seth out with that injury. He's played a couple of games, had a big game here against Oklahoma City at 14 points. And they hope to get him back and to be reevaluated. Well, Sunday, he just got reevaluated. They'll do it again. Sciatic nerve problems. Hit the 2-minute mark here, which has been all Golden State from the start. They've never trailed in this game. Remember, it was the lead early. Got threatened a little bit early on in the third quarter, but that's it. Reminder coming up on
revenge against the Blazers.
Yeah, 3-0 was the count so far this season.
Left in the fourth quarter.
Knicks coming here Thursday for a matchup with Golden State. And then the